if you want to go ahead and leave me a comment in the video. You can't leave me a comment in the video because it's my video. Alright guys, so I went ahead and I zoomed you on in so you're able to see just a little bit closer of what I'm doing while doing the look. We are reviewing the new James Charles palette that he collabed with Morphe to create. This is a pressed pigment palette with 39 pans, and I have to say this palette is humongous. Like, it's bigger than my head. So you do have these bigger pans here and then the smaller. It gives you the large quantity of bright colors, also along with the large quantity of beautiful neutrals. So we are going to be doing a Christmas look today, and that's why I wore my Santa Don't Judge Me sweater. So today I wanted to do the green because it just, one, speaks to me the most. I can really do like a cute little Christmas look with it. And I've seen people use a lot of these pinks and purples, and I think they're beautiful looks, but I kind of want to explore all of the palette. So I've already gone ahead and done my brows and set my eyes off camera. For the base for my eyes, I did the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in Painterly. He did say on his released video that you should probably use that and not concealer because it will work better. So I went ahead and I did that because I want to get the best results from this look. I also, usually when I set my eyes, I use more of a flesh tone color, but today I used the white because it just, I feel like it's going to give the colors more of a pop. They're very pigmented colors, but I still wanted to give them just a little bit more help shining. So let's get on in with the look. So the first thing I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do like a green smoky eye. So usually I would put my transition color down and then go ahead in with going darker and darker. But this time I'm going to work my way up backwards. I'm going to do the dark and smoke it out with a lighter green and then the yellow. I do not have the names of these anymore, and I really wish that he would have put them on the palette because I got rid of the clear cover, which is where the names were. I can tell you this bright pink one's name is Skip because of all the drama attached to it. But other than that, I'm taking the dark green and I'm going to go ahead on my lid and I'm just going to pack that in. You just want to make sure that you do pick up enough pigment. I always do my eye makeup first. So if there's any fallout or anything, I can just wipe it away before I do my face makeup. So I'm going to go ahead and cover the entire eye. The entire lid. Don't cover the entire eye with green, it'll ruin the whole thing. So I'm going to go ahead and cover the entire lid and then also pack just a little into the crease because I'm going to be blending it out upward. I figured that while I'm doing this beautiful Christmas look / review of this palette, which by the way, I'm late as shit on reviewing because it's been out for a little while, but I really wanted to do it. By the way, I'm using a MAC 239 for my packing brush. I'm going to go ahead and get a blending brush. The blending brush I'm going to use is the Morphe M330. It is a little tighter of a tapered cutoff crease. Now, I know there's been a lot of drama with this palette. First, the swatch issue, and then the girl who like flipped out. Something about the pink stained her eye. I don't know. I really try to stay out of that stuff. But as for the swatch thing, I really think it's kind of ridiculous because swatches, from my point of view, don't really tell you anything because the problem is a shadow can swatch amazing on my hand, on my arm, whatever. I go to put that on my eye and it's a hot mess. So it goes both ways, really. The only problem that I've had thus far from using this for a little while is the fallout. But again, that's just something you're gonna get when you want a pigmented palette. So, you know, people complain about the fallout in it, but the problem is if you want that pigmentation, you won't get that fallout. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick some more up on that flat packing brush because as you're blending, the matte shadows will kind of come off. That's normal. That doesn't mean it's patchy or it's not good. It just comes off because you're doing a lot of movement. So you just want to pack a little bit more color on just to make sure it stays as pigmented as you want. If you get any fallout or get a super lot over here, you can always clean that up with a makeup removing wipe, with your concealer, foundation, Really, it's not too bad. So I am a mother of 3 beautiful babies, and I am a wife to a amazing man who helps me all the time with my videos. I could not really do all of this without him. He's just super awesome for helping me, and I am really appreciative towards all of that. But I also work 2 jobs on top of filming for YouTube. And I really enjoy YouTube. I love doing it. I am also on Instagram. And right now I'm going to take the Morphe 514. It is the smaller blending brush with the lighter green. Let's look at this. The lighter green onto my crease and a little bit above. Just to give it a gradient smoky color. And I think I'm gonna pop some yellow on here. I wasn't really sure, but I think I'm gonna do it. So what you want to do is I will always start out here and just kind of blend it in, because you really don't want it to be extremely dark on the inside of your eye. I mean, if that's what you're going for, then it really doesn't matter, but I've always done it on the outside. Holding your brush is really super important too. So you can hold it where you're like this and you're really getting that color in there and doing the transition. You can also do the windshield wiper. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo. Or if you're really just trying to get a light color, hold it further away. The further away you hold this brush, the lighter hand you're going to have. It's just like sketching or shading on paper or painting. The closer you are with that pencil, the more pressure is being put on that paper. The further you are, the lighter pressure. So now that I have applied that lighter green, I'm going to go back in with the M330 and the darker green and just kind of go ahead in here to blend out that line. You don't want any sharp lines. It's an ugly look. So one trick that I actually, funny enough, I got it from James Charles, is that he goes in with a color, then goes back in with a color, then goes back in with another color, just to make sure it's evenly blended. Now, if you're like me, my eyes are not symmetrical, so I have to kind of fake it. I also have hooded eyes, which sucks, but you know, you do what you can. So I have way more lid space on the side than I do this one, so I have to kind of just make sure they're even, or it'll look a hot mess. We don't want that. It's the same reason that I came on here with my eyebrows already done, because you cannot see your girl without any eyebrows on. It doesn't look pretty, especially not this close up. All right, so we did the smoke out with the light green, and I am gonna go in with that yellow, and I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M441. It is a softer tapered brush, blending tapered brush, but it is longer and a little bit more dense than that other one. So I'm going to go right in here with this bright AF yellow, which I'm so excited. These colors are really bomb. Now, I know a lot of people are like, well, that was really pigmented. Well, it looks just like the, what is it, like 35B or something? And it does. It really, when you look at it, it really does. But the 35B is sold out. It ain't never coming back. You can only get it online from like people selling it for like $75. I will never pay that for a Morphe palette. I'm sorry, Morphe is okay for the most part, but I'm not paying that kind of money for it. So this is the closest you're going to get to it, which gives you those pop of colors, the rainbow colors, and all that to work with. I think this is a fantastic idea that he had. It's a beautiful palette. It's not just mattes, which I love, because had it been just mattes, I wouldn't have bought it. I don't like an all matte, bright palette. I just can't. I feel like you can't really do much with it, and it just doesn't give you the different textures as shimmers and stuff does. I love that he has them much bigger here, the ones that you're going to use the most, or most people would. I have 1,000,001 black, so this black may never be touched. I mean, who knows? But other than that, I really think that, I think it's a benefit more than it is a negative that it looks like the 35B, because not everyone was able to get that, and they're still not able to get it because Morphe isn't bringing it back. It was one of the best palettes they ever had that people loved, and they're never bringing it back. So if you didn't get your hands on that, get this one. It's $39. You get 39 shades. You're basically paying $1 a shadow. Just saying. All right, so I'm going back into that light green with the M514 and just lightly, just a light, like to give it a little more color, and boom. You don't want it to be too much because then it'll take over the color of the yellow. So I'm gonna go back in with that packing brush and get some of that really dark green on and just bop, bop, bop to make sure it is nice and pigmented, which it is. This palette, guys, I really have to say it's amazing. I thought I would hate it, but I think it's really good. I think some colors kind of come out patchy, and that's okay. You know, 1 or 2 colors out of the whole palette being patchy is better than an entire inconsistent collection. It's just all I'm gonna throw out there. But I really like the colors. I love the color payoff. You get fallout, but you're gonna get fallout in high pigmented palettes. I think the shimmers are great. My favorite is this dark, or this large one right here. It's like a champagne gold. I just think they're beautiful. The colors are beautiful. The layout, the way that he did this palette just absolutely blows me away. I love all the choices you get, because it's like, if you want to be a natural, you got naturals. If you want to be like a, you know, left field, pop of color, crazy day kind of girl, then you got that too. Like, you just have so many options in this palette. Like, I just love it. I absolutely love it. So I went ahead here and I touched up some of that yellow just to give it more of a bright color on the top. Usually when I'm doing a very dramatic smoky eye like this, or smoked out look like this, I will bring that color all the way up to the brow bone. If I'm doing more of a laid back look, I will not bring it up to the brow bone, but because I'm going for like really dramatic, then I brought that yellow all the way up, smoked out that green, and I am loving it. Like, the pigment on this palette. So I am gonna go ahead and just tap on a little bit more over here. And if you can't tell, Christmas is 100% my favorite holiday. And just to be able to do makeup looks is like, I just love it. I absolutely love it. I don't do anything crazy like drawing like candy canes or snowflakes, because it's, let's be realistic, you can't wear that out. Well, you could, but people would definitely look at you. But they probably look at me too with these big old green eyes. So it is a little more crazier than I thought it was gonna be. These colors are freaking pigmented and just boom in your face. So maybe not the choice of color for Christmas, but definitely a cute look around the holidays if you're going to a Christmas party or something like that, just to kind of give it a pop and be different. But I don't think I'd be showing up at my mom's house with my eyes looking like this. But my mom probably wouldn't care because she loves makeup. And that's another snippet of information about me. My mom actually is really into makeup. She buys Jeffree Star makeup. That is her #1 favorite. She loves his lipsticks and everything. And it really kind of like makes me happy to know like that me and my mom have like that in common. Just the love of makeup. Now, she's not as crazy about it as I am, but you know. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get the rest of my face on, and then I will finish up the eyes by doing the underneath, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so I went ahead and I put the rest of my makeup on along with my lipstick. I thought it fitting if I did a red lipstick. This one is actually the Red Velvet. Yes, Red Velvet by Kylie Jenner. It's the Velvet Liquid Lipstick. I believe this was a Christmas color. I don't remember exactly, but I thought it would look really good with this look and with my shirt. So we're now going to go into the lower lash line. I recommend 110% that if you do a smoky look, really with any look I usually do, I will always put something under my eye, whether it be the transition color or one of the colors that I did. However, 110% if you're doing a smoked out look, make sure you're doing the under with color and connecting it. There's nothing worse than seeing like this beautiful bold look and just empty eyes on the bottom. It just doesn't pull that look the way you want it to. So I do 110% recommend doing that. And I'm going to show you right now. So I'm going to take a pencil brush. This is the Morphe 431. And it is a dense pencil brush, literally shaped like, well, a pencil. And I'm just going to go ahead and dab it in to that dark green. Not too crazy. You don't have to cover the whole brush, just the tip. And I'm going to go ahead and go under and right at that lash line, just smoke out that dark color all the way up. See how I'm doing it all the way to that other dark green? Basically, I'm connecting the eye as a whole. So you just want to go ahead, and if it's not perfect, that's fine, because I'm going to show you what you're going to do next. So that way you have that dark color completely encompassed. Like you want a whole connected circle. All right, so now that you have that, you're going to take a light blending brush. You don't want a very dense one. This one, the 330 is going to be a little too dense for what you're doing. So I'm going to go in with that light green right here and just dab, 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 tap off. You literally want bare minimum on this brush. And you're going to take it right on and below where you just did that dark one and blend it. Don't mind my ugly faces that I make when I blend my bottom shadow. It's just what I do. Because the reason you're doing this is you can leave it with that sharp line like I just had it, but it just looks so much better when you smoke everything out together. Gives it just a perfect smoky look. Okay, now if you want, you can always go ahead and pop a shimmer or some kind of like pop of gold, yellow, something bright on the inner corner to kind of bring out the look, or you can just leave it like this, just smoked out, ready to go. I think that with this look, adding a pop of color is really going to take away from the actual look, but this is the look that I came up with the new James Charles and Morphe palette. I am very, very happy with this palette. I love how it works. I love the colors. I love the formula. I think that as crazy as this look is, and you know, not everyone is gonna do these crazy colors, and that's why I think he gave you the options of all the neutrals so that you do have that option to be able to still enjoy your safe space, but like every now and again be a little crazy and pop some color in there. I'm really looking forward to working with these blues because they are fantastic. I wish the one thing was that there was a silver. I think like a bomb silver would have thrown this palette well over, but I really do. The shimmers are beautiful. The mattes are beautiful. You can use some of these as blushes. You have the transition, the normal taupe transition color, your warm oranges and reds, and you know how I feel about those. Those are where it is for me. But today I decided to go a little bit more out of my comfort zone and make this crazy color look because I really wanted to put this palette to the test. You know, are the colors as pigmented as James was saying? And really they are. Like the way that this yellow and green sit on my eyes, it's absolutely phenomenal. And I would just have to give this palette 100%. There's fallout. There's going to be fallout. It's a very pigmented palette. It's so hard to get your colors to be this pigmented and work this well without having a little bit of fallout. I think James did an amazing job, and I can't wait to see what else he comes out with next. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. If you want to go ahead and give me a big thumbs up and leave a comment below and let me know if you have the palette. Do you like the palette? Do you not like the palette? And what your favorite color in this palette is. I hope you guys enjoyed this look today, and I will see you next time. Bye.